Okay, it's 12:39, and I'm just starting to get around to book writing. I don't even know where to begin, and that's really weird because my heart has always been to write, and that's where this all started. I don't know why I'm starting to get emotional. I think it was like 2009, maybe, or 2010, when I first started blogging. I can actually look it up right now. But ever since then, that just became my outlet. That's what I did. I was the writer. And it was like that in school, too. I always laugh because in 6th grade, I was told to write like a 2-page paper. And mine was like 36 or something. But that's what I loved. That was where I lost myself. No matter what I do in life, that will always be my first passion. Because that was how I developed my voice. Because I didn't know what it sounded like. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I stood for. I didn't know what I had to share with this world. And then I just started writing more and more and more, and I found it. I found who I was. And that just holds a very special place in my heart now, because that's where I know where it started. It brought a lot of restoration. So let me see when I started writing. 2010. So I was writing before that. I was doing a lot of journaling, but never publicly. Never for people to see and critique and judge. So, yeah. In 2013, I wrote like almost every day. 259 blogs out of 365 days. That's a journey. I have my old blog. It was called The Stained Glass Window. It was from starting 2010 and went to 2014. And then I transferred all the blogs. I started writing on my life coaching website. So, yeah, it's amazing to like see the first one and the last one, and then to see all of the ones from 2013. That was just a growing year. That was time of tremendous insight and enlightening. And while I almost did not make it out of that year alive, probably was one that, I don't want to say it's my favorite, but it brought the most change. It'll be remembered the most for me. So, yeah. 2011 and 2013. Defining years of life. But here I am with Post-its. And I'm just gonna start jotting stuff down and just writing and seeing what comes up and brainstorming. And see where it goes from there. I'll just get back into the flow of it. I'll probably dig out, oh, excuse this really loud chair. I forgot to warn you. Oh, I warned you in the vlog that I was going to post from yesterday, but I did not. So, I have these binders of, this is all food and therapy work. Not just from treatment, but individual stuff I did. And just art and stuff I've gathered along the way of life, and drawings I did in treatment. And yeah, it's looking at all this, it brings back, ignore the chair. It's so different when you see your journey and stuff like this. And you watch how far you've come, and you watch where you still need to do work. And it's funny how I always stress authenticity and the vulnerability of me doing this with you and sharing. And back in 2011, when I was in treatment, we were asked to pick a word. And I think it was just a word that, it's not like we feared. An emotion that we were scared to express. And my word, ironically, was vulnerability. It's amazing. The very thing I feared is the very thing that can set me free. And not just me free, but many people free. And I mean, that's life. The thing that we run from, the thing that we're most scared of, is the very thing that we need. And I put on here the words around it. I said a blessing and a curse. Purpose, reward, risk, letting people in, trust, open heart, connection, association, gratitude, exposed, unknown, love, seeing within, feeling, and a gift. And all those words to me just represented vulnerability. And they were all the things that I was so scared of. I was scared to let people in. I was scared to trust. I was scared to have an open heart and connect with people. But it's like I look at these things, and on this page is healing, is my journey. So, totally random topic, I just got you on there. But I have these binders. I also have a binder from journals from 2001 to 2015. And then I have all of my logs, except for the recent ones, in a huge binder at my house. But I have all of those on my computer, so I didn't need to bring those. But yeah, it's just every word I ever wrote in a journal is in this one. And then there's one more. And then I have another journal, which basically is just post-it notes on pages. This was from when I began writing the book last year. Is that I started with just a wall of post-its, and I just started taking notes of everything that I wanted to remember and everything that I went through, and all that I needed. And then I just put it into years and where it fit in the book. And it's like you see those things, and there's times you forget it was your life. It's like seeing all these things I wrote, was like that was me. There's so much to remember. It's like my time is in treatment. But what I love, the last page is just Bible verses and things to remember. My favorite is to write your future. And while this book may be a lot of past, in some way it is writing my future. Because what this book represents and what this book will do and who will reach, that's my future. This book is my purpose. It's no longer about the pain. It's about what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to start doing some note-taking and filling up this board right here of just ideas and concepts and just get to work. So here it goes. Surprise! I made it all like 5 minutes before crying during this book writing thing. But gosh, it feels good. This depression has numbed me. For somebody who is used to just crying like that and whose feelings are always on the surface, it's torture. I was at church last night and just praying, like, God, just let me cry, let me feel something. I need to feel something. There's times I feel like I feel too much. And then not feeling anything at all is worse. But I was looking at my journals, trying to figure out how to begin this, because there's so much I want to say and there's so much life to share. And I was looking at my journals from the very beginning. And from 2001 to 2002, I really just started writing by writing to God. I had this journal. I asked for 2 things. The year anniversary of becoming a Christian, which is 2001, on July 29th. I asked for a journal and a cross necklace, which I still wear today. It's gotten more charms on it since then. But it's a cross, and it's a butterfly, and it's a heart that says love. 3 things of transformation for me. But the journal, I just wanted to start writing, and I wanted to, I just knew, something in me just knew that things are about to happen, and I was going to need a voice. There is this entry from May 2002 where I confessed to God that I was starving myself. And it says, "What am I doing to myself? You'll be the first to know that I have been starving myself. I never told anyone that. I wanted to finally weigh less than my sister, who was 2 years older than me. Once I lost 20 pounds, I wanted to lose more and I didn't want to gain any. I hardly eat anything at lunch. I wish I knew why I'm doing this to myself." I read that and I can so easily go back to that girl. Sometimes I wonder if I'd rather be that girl who doesn't know what's happening. I'll be the one now who knows, who has too many answers. Who has been so deep in it and now gotten so attached to it and now has a name. I don't know which one is worse. But I look at that like, how did she get there? How did I get there? It's the thing I don't know. It's like I know when the idea got planted that I had to change. But I don't know when the idea of how to do that came about. There's so much leading up to it. There's so much pointing in that direction. But why that? I have to figure out how to write that into a book. So I just felt like I needed to share that. Because I was actually struggling a lot sooner than I spoke it. And there are people out there who are in that same boat. That you know something's not right, you know you're doing something that's not good, you know you're hurting yourself but are scared to say anything, are scared to admit it, are scared to tell someone. Don't let yourself suffer in silence. A minute in this is too long. Speak. It may hurt, it may be scary. You may not want to let it go. You don't want to be here 15 years from now reading something you wrote. Wishing maybe you spoke sooner. So, whoever you tell, however you say it, get it out. And it's not selfish to ask for help. It's not wrong to need it. It's not bad to admit that you're struggling with something. In some way, we all have disorders. Some are just more noticeable. So, take heart in that. I know I kind of said it like just jokingly, but it's so true. In some way, we're all on some spectrum of having some form of disorder or issues. I just make mine known by talking about it. Some are easier to see. So, let the guilt go, let the condemnation go, let the shame go. It's all part of life. Yeah. Just speak out. Alright, there is more of my board filled today. Okay, as you saw, more ideas have popped up on the board. That's just my idea board. I put everything on there that I'm thinking, brainstorming in the midst of all the other notes. And I have one page written, but I've just been going through the other stuff that I wrote and seeing what I actually want to include in there and what to leave out. And this book, this version of it, is going a very different direction than the other one. So just seeing what I can salvage from the past one and what's usable, and just gonna keep going. I'll probably stop soon for today and then pick up tomorrow with a fresh perspective. But yeah, it's going good. And acoustic and Titanic music is my background. So yeah, but all's good. I'm excited. We're moving forward, and I'll keep you updated.